You are now tuned into Southern Soul Saturdays with Donna Jean.
It's Southern Soul Saturdays with Donna Jean. Bringing you Southern Soul news and everything behind the scenes. It's Southern Soul Saturdays with Donna Jean. Bringing you exclusive interviews from Southern Soul kings and queens. It's Southern Soul Saturday, Saturday, Saturday.
I'll give it up for your host, Miss Donna Jean.
Hey y'all, it's me, your girl Donna Jean, and guess what? Tonight, here on Southern Soul Saturdays, I have a young man, which when I say his voice is so smooth, it's so relaxing, but at the same time, it's so wee. He just got that voice, okay? And he's just, to me, he the man. All right. He's from Milwaukee. His name is Shonn. I'm just going to kind of mess around with y'all a little bit. His first name is Shonn. He has a signature sound that has been compared, like with his musical talent, has been compared to Eric Clapton, and he has intensified the electric sound of Jimi Hendrix and Freddie King, all of which were major influences in his life. So he's an artist, he's a producer, he's a songwriter, he's a performer. Guess what, y'all? He's a guitarist for Mary J. Blige, John Legend, Jill Scott, just to name a few. So without further ado, let me give a loud round of applause to Mr. Shonn Hinton.
Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Did you like that intro?
Love that intro. That was
okay.
beautiful.
I'm gonna tell you how much you're gonna have to owe me for that intro.
All right, there we go. Put it on the tab.
I inbox you and tell you, inbox you my invoice for that intro.
Someone come body.
Come on, somebody. How are you tonight, Shonn?
I'm chilling. I'm Gucci. I'm very good. I'm happy to be alive. It's another day in the land of the living, so I can't complain.
I got you. We can't complain. I ain't gonna complain.
You understand me? Like I always say, I just shut up and smile. I don't do it. Complaining ain't gonna do no good. So
no, it's
I
not.
just shut up and smile.
Oh, we got people saying hi already.
Hey, now what's up? Bang on Bankston. What's
Bang
good?
on Bankston. And this one says, just says, hey.
I like your intro, Southern Soul Saturday. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? I had one of my guests, Jay Krause. Actually, when I interviewed him, I did not have a theme song. I just had a picture, and then my show would pop up, and I would say, hey, y'all, it's me. Yeah. He was like, well, where's your theme song? And I was like, I don't have one. And guess what? He gave me a theme song.
You know what they say? Every black superhero needs a theme song.
Baby, he gave me my cake.
That's what I'm talking about.
So yes, he did. I really, and I love Jay Krause. Jay Krause has done so much to help me, because when I was ready to give up, because I was like, well, I didn't have but 2 people watching my show, and I was like, I ain't gonna do it no more. He was like, no, you just gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So he encouraged me so much, and I encourage him, and we encourage each other, and we like brother and sister now almost.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Encouraging one another. That's dope.
Yes. So let's talk about your side. How did you get started in the music business?
I got started in the music business in 2002. My first, well, no, let's go back. I'll go back even further than that. 1998. I'm a church boy at heart. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a church.
Mhm.
A lot of us artists. I met this guy named Dwight Gordon. God rest in peace. He was playing for this group from Dumas, Arkansas called the Racy Brothers. He also played with the Williams brothers, which was Melvin Williams and Doug
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah.
He heard me play and he was like, "Hey man, you want to play for the Williams brothers?" I was like, "Yeah." Like I'm a quartet head at the very end of the day, so I said, "Yeah, I'm very interested in playing with the Williams brothers." So he gave me presented me with the opportunity. I took it, went out to Macomb, Mississippi, met Melvin and Doug and Henry Green and the band Stan Jones and uh, Carlos and Keith Broomfield and hit it off. Like, and I'm like 18, 19 years old
Okay.
touring with the Williams brothers. So that was my big start, my introduction into the music business. Now I crossed over in secular realm in 2002. I met a good friend of mine. His name is Rex Hardy from Chicago. He's a drummer. He and I played. We toured up and down the road together. But our first introduction for me was playing with Dave Hollister. That was 2002. So I flew out to California to rehearse,
Hmm.
and we ended up doing this. The Hennessy Privilege tour was John. No, it was Dave Hollister, Kelly Price, and Glenn Lewis. And I made a name for myself. And after that tour was over, I was presented with an opportunity to play for Kelly Price, and then from Kelly Price, I did Glenn Lewis. After Glenn Lewis, I did a gospel tour called the New Life Tour, which was Byron Cage, Natalie Wilson, and SOP, New Direction, and that was around 2004. Then I got a phone call from Rex again saying like, "Yo, Mary is putting a brand new band together, and
Hmm.
you about to get a phone call." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So got the phone call in '04, flew out to New York, started playing with Mary, and it's been on ever since. So from playing with Mary, I've done uh, Angie Stone, 112, uh, John Legend, Lil Wayne, Jay Z. I think I said if I didn't say Jill Scott,
Yes.
Patti LaBelle. Um, yeah, it's been on it, and I've always made sure to use my time wisely as I traveled up and down the United States as well as overseas, traveling abroad. I, I I, I chopped it up with background singers who also were artists and songwriters. I chopped it up with tour managers and role managers and artists and artist managers and just soaked up as much information that I could and slowly but surely began embarking on my journey as an artist. So, um, 2016, I started a band. I started a group entitled Shonn Hinton and Shotgun, which is my
Yeah.
band of brothers that I played around the city with in Milwaukee. And we just decided to become a band. And we had just dropped an album entitled Long Live Shotgun in 2016. And I was already bit by the bug, the songwriting bug, and I was ready to do something else. I was ready to work on another album. And while I was, waiting on the fellas for us to get to work, I just started coming up with ideas on my own, and one of the first ideas I came up with was from my bass player. He always says it, like he used to always say it, like yo, you good, man? Like we finna do such and such. You ready to rock? He said, man, I'm Gucci. Let's do it. And I told him, I said, I'm gonna write a song that says I'm Gucci. He was like, yeah, whatever. And I wrote the song, I'm Gucci, and he
Okay.
heard it and couldn't believe it, and um, that song opened up a door for me because two big radio DJs here in Milwaukee heard the song and was like, "Shonn, this is a hit." And then they sent it to uh, some DJs in Chicago. A guy by the name of
Mhm.
Ken Bedford, who's an influential person in Chicago. He heard the song and he had everybody playing it in Atlanta, wherever he went. And now it's played everywhere. Like I have a friend of mine, his name is Marcus Kinsey. He's an artist as well. and he tours with Kim, and they were just doing a cruise, and he FaceTimed me on this cruise that they were on. They were playing my song "I'm Gucci." So I was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." I appreciate it. So, and it opened up a door again. I just soaked up all of the as much information as I could, and I just I applied it to my life, you know, because this is definitely something that I was called to do. This is my gift and ability, but it's also my purpose. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm running on all cylinders at all times.
So listen, I gotta tell you about me and I'm Gucci.
Okay.
I heard it one time, like I was somewhere. I wasn't in Michigan. I know I was somewhere down south, and I heard it one time, and but I heard like the middle toward the end of the song.
Okay.
And I was like, man, that sounds good. So fast forward, probably a year later, I hear the song. One morning, I'm listening to, our favorite DJ TC Morgan.
You understand me?
And when I say he played it and I jumped, I was like, that's the song I heard this song before. I say, that's my theme song. So I got a couple of theme songs, but that's one of my theme songs because, I be Gucci too sometimes.
Come on now. You know what Gucci mean, right?
Ooh, what?
Come on. It means so much for so many people. For me, though,
I be ready. I'm ready to chill, relax, unwind, do it all that be
and
me.
ain't nobody gonna knock you off.
And I'm good. I'm good. I ain't got to go to that party. If I didn't get invited, I don't have to go because I'm Gucci. I can make my own party.
There you go. You feel me?
You feel me?
Understood. Yes.
Somebody said that's my word. So they said, wow, that's awesome. That was when you were talking about your touring. So you do have some comments coming in.
Okay.
I don't know why the names are not popping up on my end, but hey, I appreciate everybody that is looking, listening, whatever, right now, and those that will look at the rebroadcast. So I want to take this time to say, please, if you're watching, please share it, like it, share it. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Detroit Soul and Blues YouTube channel. Subscribe to Shonn's channel. It's Shonn Hinton I think on all his platforms. It's just Shonn Hinton, correct?
Yep, it is. It's Shonn Hinton.
Because I was trying to get them all together, and I think it's Shonn Hinton on Facebook. It's Shonn Hinton
on Instagram.
All together on YouTube. So yeah, just support us. Support us like we support you.
It's very much appreciated. Please believe that.
It is. It helps to open doors for you. That's the reason I do the show, to open doors for the artists that, who knows, somebody might see this show and be like, well, wait a minute. I never heard of him, but wow, he did this. And
you know what's funny? I learned just off of doing the few shows that I've done in interviews that I've done, people have said, I didn't know you existed until now, and I'm a fan and I'm following you now. So I love it. I love this. I love this aspect of the hustle and the grind because I get to build a fan base. And I won't even call it fan base. I call it fam base. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you build your fam. Yes,
absolutely. It's beautiful, man. So I love it. It's amazing. Let's do it. Let's each one reach one, for real.
Yes, each reach one. Say it again.
Each one reach one.
Y'all heard what he said. So you know what, Shonn? Because we have talked about your song "I'm Gucci" so much. I want to go ahead and play your video.
Come on.
The song, okay?
Yeah.
Because that's my song. So y'all, right now, I want you to introduce your song. I was going to introduce your song.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for making this song as hot as it's been. This joint, this album, the song dropped in 2016, and y'all still loving it. And I'm so appreciative. So for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure, please allow me to introduce my song yet again. I'm Chillin', I'm Gucci.
2, 1, 2. It's an easy kind of day. The sun is shining, and I'm chilling with my loved ones. It's the perfect kind of day, and from ear to ear I'm smiling while the children have fun. I'm glad I ain't got nothing planned to do, and I ain't got nowhere to be. I think I'll throw something on the grill, 'cause later on I'm trying to eat. Well, I'm alright if you're alright. You can go anywhere you like. But as for me, if you don't mind, I'ma post up right here and unwind. I'm chillin' on Gucci, Gucci, baby. And that's the way I like it. That's the way that I like it. But wherever the phone winds blow me, I don't care. I don't care. I'll be so delighted. I will be so delighted. Yeah. You would think it was a Saturday. The way that I'm so chill right now. Yeah. This is my way to celebrate. This is my mental getaway. This is my release therapy. My heaven on earth right here for me. But I ain't got nothing planned to do, and I ain't got nowhere to be. I think I'll throw something on the grill, 'cause later on I'm trying to eat. Well, I'm alright if you're alright. You can go anywhere you like. But as for me, if you don't mind, I'ma post up right here and unwind. Gucci, Gucci, baby. And that's the way I like it. Ooh, that's the way I like it, yeah. But wherever the phone winds blow me, I don't care. Let them blow. I'll be so delighted. I will be so delighted, yeah. Nothing's urgent to me right now. I told you my plan is to chill. I cancel all of my appointments, so I got time to kill. I'ma relax and be free. I'ma set my mind at ease. Life at this point is on cruise control. This is how it's planned to be. Gucci, Gucci, baby. And that's the way I like it. Ooh, that's the way I like it, yeah. But wherever the phone is blow me, I don't care. I'll be so delighted. I will be so delighted, yeah.
Now y'all tell me that wasn't a bad song right there. I'm Gucci, baby. Ooh, yes. Shonn Hinton, you
Yeah.
outdid yourself with that. That's gonna be a classic. That's gonna be like a song that's gonna,
You
it's
know,
gonna be iconic.
the goal, right? I heard Teddy Riley say this. You know, I heard him speak about just making timeless music, music that withstands the test of time.
Yes.
That is my mission statement. Like that's my goal and my mission statement. With all of the music that I do, it's I want it to be timeless music. I want you to hear this music 20, 30 years down the line and it still resonate with you. You know, like for me, I love Earth, Wind and Fire. Like, and I was too young to understand Earth, Wind and Fire, but because I'm a musician, I know how that music made me feel as a child.
Mm-hmm.
So to now be a 44-year-old male in here after the love is gone, or reasons, like that stuff still, that music
Yes.
still hold validity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've
Yes.
done the Essence Festival with Mary. Almost every time she's done it, and Frankie Beverly and Maze, that
Whew.
music, that music make
Yes.
you feel a certain way. I can hear that music. It never gets old to me. No matter how many times Frankie performs them records at Essence or at the Macy's Jazz Fest, that's timeless music. So that that's my mission statement. I want my music to be timeless. I want you to be able to hear it 10 and 20 and 30 years from now and be like, yes, sir, that's still it. That's still it. That's still classic. That's still a hit.
Well, if you keep making music like I'm Gucci,
Hmm.
it's gonna stand the test of time, because that song is gonna stand the test of time. That's gonna be the backyard barbecue, like summertime.
Yeah.
It's just like you say, certain music is, you don't forget it. And it was ironic you said Frankie Beverly and Maze, because I was gonna say, Frankie Beverly and Maze, Lakeside, those groups, their music,
LTD. You know what I'm saying? We both deserve each other's
yeah,
love. That
it,
song
it
is
just it
beautiful.
just stands the test of time, no
Yeah.
matter what, and you can apply it to your life. It's like those songs were made from the heart of people.
From the heart of people. Come on. And what comes from the heart is going to do what? Reach the heart.
Yes, and I
Yes.
mean they have been around. I'm I'm a few years older than you.
Mhm.
I don't have that many fingers and toes, baby. I'm older, but oh, it is music that I grew up with. That when no matter they had a song, a little contest. K9 promoter, he was doing a little contest the other morning to give away some tickets, and he just played like the first couple of notes, and I was like, "That's Voyage to Atlantis," and bam, I could have won, but I was like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able in that area to go to that concert. But I was just like playing on the sideline, because I'm like, that's that song, that's this person, because their music has stood the test of time. And no matter, you don't have to hear half of the song to be like, oh yeah, yeah. You can hear when the beat dropped on some songs. We know it's
You hear me? Do you hear me? I'm telling you, like, you can kick off the first couple of notes and know exactly what time it is.
yes,
You know
yes.
what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's what it's about. That's what make music. That's what timeless music is. Like, I just dropped a brand new album on Valentine's Day entitled Art. And
Okay.
um the that again, that was the objective. I wanted this music to be like it's classic R&B music. Like, I grew up listening to, like I said, Earth, Wind and Fire, LTD, Heat Wave, Frankie Beverly and Maze, the Shy Lights. Like, I listened to records like that. I remember listening to Shaka Khan's Through the Wire, Through the Fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that how that music made me feel. So with this album, just like with Gucci, like, I believe that this album has some timeless music on it. It really does. And that's the goal. Like, when you hear anything that Shonn Hinton does, when you hear the first few notes, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is it right here. Like, I just had two people inbox me just the other day, from just listening to my album. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yo, I got a song on my album called Book of Our Love. And they said they're using the song at their wedding. Like, the lady said, this is the song that I'm coming down the aisle on. And
Oh,
she shared with me her story, like, me, how her and her husband reconnected after 20 years and they're getting married this summer. And she said the
okay.
song embodies our journey.
Okay.
So that's how I know, like, okay, I got some I really truly have a gift and ability that God has really blessed me with, and I'm so grateful and humbled that people would even, consider my music to be used in their wedding, or if they're dealing with something and they got them out or something. Like I had a guy from Atlanta a few years ago tell me how he was dealing with depression and things like that. He said, and he heard I'm Gucci. He said, and it pulled him out of the funk that he was in. That's it. That's what we do it for. Like, yes, the accolades are great, the awards are great, but if we can change a life, if we could prevent somebody from committing suicide, if we can
Yes.
inspire and encourage somebody to love again, that's when you know you're walking in your God-given ability and purpose.
Yes. Eh, Yes. You just said a mouthful. You
'Cause that's
did.
you know what I'm saying?
You did. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I forgot we were, I forgot we were live. I was about like, yes. Yeah. Because I mean, it's so rare to hear people say that something that they did pull somebody out of a funk. Most of the time now people say something and throw you into a funk. But
Hmm.
your music has pulled people out of a funk. Now I do have to ask you,
Hmm.
um, because I was scrolling and I had to do all the research because somebody was supposed to send me some information and stuff, but they never did send me the information and everything. So then I had to be a stalker. I ain't gonna call no name, but they know.
I can hold myself accountable. Let me say this. So I had a blessing to fall into my lap. Me and you talked
Yep.
when I was getting ready to leave for California because I had a show with Mary. I had
Yep.
a blessing fall into my lap. I was prepared to send everything, but at the last minute while I was in California, I had gotten an email. Um, the musical director that normally plays with us, he wasn't able to make the engagement that we did with Mary. So they put me in charge. I was the musical director. I had
Blessing.
to, so I had to, I had to facilitate and make sure that everything was all T's were crossed and all I's were dotted. So I had
Okay.
to put myself on the back burner for a minute to make sure that Mary's set for the night we performed was intact and ready to go. So
Yep.
yeah, I can hold myself accountable.
Well, I'm gonna let you slide because, like I say, it made me, troll your Facebook
Yeah.
page. It made me click on this link and click on that link until I found this song that you um, made called "I Can't Breathe." So I just really want to know what made you feel the need to write that song, because I know I listened to it and it's based on the murder of George Floyd. But what not inspired you, because I know the death of George Floyd was the inspiration, but what made you do that song and do it the way you did it? Because I was gonna play it and I couldn't because it was just that, like, I
Yeah,
cried.
it
I cried listening to it.
it pulls it in. I'm gonna tell you what I was dealing with, because we were not only were we the George Floyd, the civil unrest in Ferguson, Missouri, and
Mm-hmm.
then here in Milwaukee we had a mass shooting at the Miller Coors plant,
Yeah.
and it was just so much happening, and I saw my brothers and sisters. They were out and they were protesting and they were marching in the streets. And I tip my hat to the protesters. I really do. And I wanted to do more. I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something that will leave an impact. Because marching and protesting is definitely, it leaves an impact. But I wanted to leave a lasting impact. And that's how that song came to my heart and my mind. I wanted, again, there's power in our words. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I try to be as careful as I possibly can, because again, I'm a church boy at the end of the day, and I'm a Christian and I'm saved, and I know that I'm gonna have to give an account for the words that come out of my mouth,
Mhm.
deeds, and my actions. So I want to make sure that everything that I say has weight and has meaning, and it's just not just to be saying stuff, just to be saying stuff. I wanted it to be felt like when I heard him call for his mama, and I seen him
Mhm.
talk about how George Floyd called for his mama. It shook my core.
Mhm. As
And
it did many of us.
it really did. And I wanted to make sure that people who don't understand, and if you're a fan of good music, and if you're a fan of Shonn Hinton, you hear my music, and I take a station identification pause to talk about a real serious issue and matter. I want you to hear what we as brothers and sisters, I mean, and is as African American brothers and sisters, like what it is that we face, what our fears are. Like we just want to get home safe.
Yes.
A lot of us out here, we ain't on dummy. You know what I'm saying? We coming home from work. I know me. Sometimes here around the city, I get home close to midnight, 1 in the morning because I'm playing. I'm a musician.
Mhm.
So I'm gigging around. I'm performing around the house, whether it's as an artist or whether I'm helping out my brothers and we just playing at bars and things like that. And you just want to make sure that you make it home safe. You want to get home in peace, and you don't want to ruffle no feathers because you value life. I value my life, and I needed my fans and things to hear that. Like, listen, this is what we deal with, and that's why I wrote that song. That's like God gave me that, and I just wanted to make sure that that was heard and that it was felt, and it was. Oh, oh, it provoked thought. It provoked a conversation because that's what's desperately needed right now. Even now in 2023, it's still needed. Did you see what happened with the young man who got shot? Just going, he rung the wrong doorbell just to go pick up his siblings.
And on that, when I saw his picture, I
Hmm.
said, this was a child. This was no one that looked like a thug. He didn't look like a grown up.
Hmm.
He had the body of a child, just like Tavon Smith. I'm sorry, Tavon. He did not look like a grown, harmful person that even at 85. And then my question was, if you're 85 and you're behind your locked door, why would you shoot through the door at someone? That
Hmm.
that was that was my question.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why would you shoot through the door at someone?
And you know the crazy thing,
And he was walking away at that point.
Donna, you know the crazy thing is, and I'm not excusing, I will not excuse bad behavior, right? But I will acknowledge this. All of us, and when I say all of us, I'm going to generalize this statement. Like there's such a stigma on mental health. Like I think about my mother and I think about my grandmother and I think about my grandfather and like my grandfather and grandmother. My grandmother was from Canton, Mississippi, and my grandfather was from Salis, Mississippi.
Okay.
They had to live life the best way that they knew how.
Hmm.
So there were probably some generational trauma that I mean that just passed down, and a lot of it, and that's what a lot of it is. So it's fear based off of trauma. So my man who shot the young man, I'm not excusing his behavior, but why? Let's get down to the bottom of why. Why are you racist? What is it? What is it? What information are you taking in? Like I see a therapist, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I think it's one of the best decisions that I could have ever made in my life was to see a therapist, and I was able to have honest conversations about who I am as an African American black male,
Okay.
and to really get to the center of what makes me the way that I am. And I feel like if we all took out that moment at that time to really do the work, because it's one thing to go to the gym and to go pump iron and go hit it on a treadmill. But my brother said this yesterday: you can't take your brain out your head and put it on a treadmill and work it out. The most important thing and the greatest investment that we could ever make into ourselves is mental health and seeing a therapist and talking to somebody and having a conversation, because those conversations is a footstep away from doing something that we would regret.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
that's how I see life. Again, I'm not excusing what my man did, but let's get to the bottom of why. That's what I feel. That's how I feel. And
Yes.
this ain't the gospel. You know what I'm saying? This ain't this is just my perception. I just feel like let's have a conversation. I think if we can get down to the nitty gritty and have a conversation, because I honestly believe that we would learn that we have so much more in common than the differences that we have. It's just being able to take off your
voice it. Yes.
and sit down and talk and find out what binds us together. So
yes. So Shonn Hinton, I know that today is a very special person's birthday.
yes, my
So
baby boy, my dear son.
I want to say happy birthday, because I found the picture. You know, I kind of knocked
Yeah.
it up a little bit and slapped it up there. So that is your baby.
That is he's 24, and people everybody that's been on my social media page is like, what you got? You don't even look like you look like you.
That's what I was gonna say, because I was like, who is this grown man standing up there? He talking about, well, he gotta be the but anyway, happy birthday to your son.
Happy birthday to my son. I talked to him today. He said he turning up today. He going crazy. I said, get it in for me, man. Get it in. So I ain't mad.
Well, you know what, Shonn? I have really, really enjoyed talking to you. I think all the people that are on live, somebody said happy birthday, nephew.
Yeah.
They're like, happy birthday. Somebody was like, wow, because they probably can't believe that you got a 24-year-old because you look 25 yourself.
I can get on the city bus for half price if I wanted to.
Probably gonna card you to get in the club.
I get carded everywhere. If it's late, if it's after hours, and I'm going, I'm getting carded. I'm definitely getting carded.
Yeah,
and I ain't mad at it. I take that blessing.
I take it as a compliment when anybody asks me for my ID, because when the moment that you stop asking me for my ID, I'm gonna think that my AARP card is really valid. Yeah. And I see that Jay Cries is on here. Jay Cries, you're going to have to look at the beginning of the show, because I just gave you like all these shout outs and praises, because Shonn was like, wow,
about the theme song.
About my theme song. So,
man, very good. Very, very good.
Yes. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much, Shonn Hinton. We're going to have to do this again.
Absolutely. I'm down.
We'll have to do this again.
I'm down like 4 flat tires on the car. Let's go.
4 flats on the Cadillac.
You understand me?
You understand me. You heard me. And you said your parents, your grandparents, or your parents are from Kent, Mississippi. And
my grandmother's from Kent, Mississippi, and my grandfather's from Salis, Mississippi. And they relocated to Milwaukee. My mom was a baby when they moved to Milwaukee.
Okay. Because there are a lot of Mississippi viewers on here. That's why I wanted you to restate that, because I know I saw somebody, Garrick, I know he's from like the Tupelo area.
Man, I used to do Mississippi Burning in Tupelo, Mississippi when I played with the Williams Brothers. It was us, Ken Spears, this one, Willie Neal Johnson, and the gospel keynotes was Willie Neal was alive, the Jacksons, the Laniers. Yeah, that's how. Listen, I'm a quartet boy to the heart.
Okay. So guys, Shonn Hinton has the gospel side. So he has gospel music for you gospel lovers.
Yep. I got a song. It's on whoever you stream your music at. The song is called Help Me Lord.
Help Me Lord. That's how you got to say it. Help me, Lord. See, I'm from Alabama. I might live in Michigan, but I got them Alabama. But I was born in the city, but I grew up talking down there, so I know how to talk. Hey, y'all, and then hello, my name is Donna. I'm that's that versatility.
That's what I'm talking about. That's called being a chameleon. You hear me?
Yeah. Jay Cross is the chameleon. That's his actual name. Jay Cross the chameleon.
Oh, that's what's up. Dope.
Yeah, so he's a Southern soul artist too. Y'all might want to hook up and do some things together because he has that smooth voice too.
You ain't said nothing slick to a can of oil. You hear me?
All right. So, guys, I'm gonna let Shonn go so that he can enjoy the rest of his afternoon. I hear the rain has started again outside, so I'm gonna put on my duck suit and float home.
There it is.
And enjoy the rest of my. Somebody say, "Help me, Lord." Oh, they're saying the name of the song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody said they were at the one in Tupelo.
Yeah, I see that. Yep. I wonder. This is when I was playing with the Williams brothers, so this was in like 1998. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, also everybody that's on Facebook, if you can, if you will, be so kind, wherever you stream your music at, type my name in, Shonn Hinton, and the new
That's
album.
why I got it running across the bottom of the board so they can see it.
The name of the album is entitled Art, and that got some great features on there. I got Jubu who plays the guitar for Frankie Beverly. I got Elijah Baker, who's the bass player, was the bass player for Tony. That's Raphael Sadiq's cousin. I got Paul Jackson Jr., who played on the Thriller album for Michael Jackson. I got some names on this album, and again, it's wonderful content. We talking about love. We talking about the beauty of love, what it means to you, what it means to me. Like, listen to this album. It's going to encourage and strengthen marriages and relationships. It's going to make you want to dance. It's going to make you want to move. It's going to make you want to cry. It's going to provoke every emotion. So if you will be so kind, please make sure you go stream it, buy it, share it, let the world know that it's out here. I would really appreciate that.
Y'all heard it. He wasn't begging. He just asked in a really nice way to buy, like, share. To share, all you have to do is hit the share button, share it to a couple of your friends.
There it is. Absolutely.
It don't cost you a dime.
It don't cost you a dime at all.
The same way with my show, please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Detroit Soul and Blues channel, and then you can see all the shows. You can rebroadcast. You can watch them whenever you like, and help the artists, because I'm helping the artists, so you help me to help them.
Come on, you hear me? For real.
Right. So y'all have a great night. I normally take my guests down, but Shonn Hinton has been that kind of guy tonight. Somebody said sharing is caring. So I'm going to let him end the show. Okay.
Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I want to take this opportunity to thank Donna Jean for reaching out to me and having me to be a part of it. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you, like Corey Henry, I play for Corey Henry from time to time. And he would always tell the audience when he had something that was going on, he said, tell everybody. How many bodies? Everybody. Tell everybody about Donna Jean's show. Tell everybody about Shonn Hinton. Tell everybody about that album. How many bodies? Everybody. Understand me.
All right. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you next Saturday. Matter of fact, when I log off of this show, there will be a second show for those of you that were following the cover song contest from the Masterpiece Studios. There will be a second show that's going to air that will tell you who the winners are. So tonight you get 2 shows for the price of 1. How about that?
You hear me?
Huh?
I said, you hear me? That's what I'm talking about.
2 shows for the price of 1. You get him and them.
Him and them. Come on now.
Him and them. That's going to be a new song. Him and them, him and them, him and them.
Mm-hmm. Sound like Eminem.
Him and them. All right, y'all. Have a great night.
Have a good one.
Peace.